Hello, sports fans. Mauricio here. Well, it's time for fall 2026. So, of course, things are different every semester. So, let me get you started. So, this video would work for either MIS372 section, Pullman, or Global Campus. So, there's a lot going on. Um, So we have, so just right off the bat, there's two ways to handle software. So we're going to use um, SQL Server, SSMS. So you can download that yourself. There it is over here. You can download that yourself. Um, just go to Microsoft.com and do a search, or just in Google type download SSMS. That's our DBMS, Database Management Service or software. So you can download SSMS, whatever version, and you'll be given a database account. And about a third left of the class will connect the database to VisualStudio.net or VS Code. I'll show you how to do all that in this video. We'll also have just a week of, or just a throw-in of Play with Power BI, because hopefully you've seen that before. But this video is to show you how to get started. So the syllabus will have a link for the virtual desktop environment, and you go ahead and click that. And then you get this workspace, and then you go ahead and click this one. And then you get this virtual desktop interface. And it threw me off. There's no icons here. But if you type in SQL, then it just says open. And so this software is installed. And yeah, so good luck here. Let's see if I can skip and just use the thing. It was asking me, do you want to use your GitHub account? We can do that in another video. But here we go. Server name, CB, College of Business hyphen, letter OT, Office of Technology hyphen, DEV development, ST station 06, those are numbers, .ad.wsu.edu. So by the way, I'm on the virtual desktop. We don't have to connect with a VPN, Global Connect. So again, there's two ways to connect to, or to use SSMS. You can go to Google and download your own version, and then you would still do about the same thing to connect to your database, WSU database. If you were to download your own version of SSMS, you would, before you turn that on and connect to WSU database resources, you have to turn on Global Protect VPN. So you just go to wsu.edu and type in VPN, Virtual Private Network, VPN, download it, and just set it up, and it should work. Let me know if it doesn't. So we're going to type in the server name, and see what it does for remembering the database. Every semester is different. At some point, you'll get your own database. It'll be like MF63 in your first name dot last name. You do have a live connection to my database, read-only. So Featherman _analytics, as you see on screen there. And I had to change the encryption to optional, and then just hit connect. So you should be able to mimic this. And Then inside the databases here, we're going to use AdventureWorks DW just to learn. I have my Featherman Analytics, and let's see if MF63. So you might be there already. You know, it looks like some work was done. So on the other hand, those look like from last semester. So there should be some accounts popping up pretty soon. This is recording is the day before class starts, but so these are my tables. The reading material in module 1, 2, 3 use these tables. So if you were to make a new query and then copy paste code from some select statement, if you were might as well do one. So and you have to tell it what database to use, and all this is in the first videos. So use the database and go get me some data. But when you start up SQL Server, go ahead and pin it to the taskbar because the next time you start it up, you don't have an icon here that you can just click on, and so I had to just type in SQL. And we'll do the same thing for Visual Studio in a second, but you would just open that. But you can do the same thing just by clicking on the icon here. So I would say that's the first thing to do, is learn how to or practice getting the virtual desktop, clicking that RD Web, and then that comes up to this workspace, and you click that, and then you come up here to this blank screen here, and then you have to find and turn on, I guess, the SQL Server, and then you would, for now, well, let's see if it lets you. New database. If you, that'd be so cool if that worked. It does. Every semester is different, so then you can make a new table. So that's amazing. I'll have to see if the IT department is going to give us accounts, but it looks like you can make your own. You can make your own, for example, a customers table. So I'll just say customer ID. That'll be an integer. Those are the data types, and then I'll put in first name and varchar. That's the data type, variable number of characters up to 50, and I'll go and put ln there, same thing, and varchar, and just to hit the save button. Look at that. So in the past this was not possible. By the way, you have to right-click refresh, and there's lots of videos showing how to do all this, yeah, there's our first table. So so far so good, but I didn't try to start up a GitHub account. So when I turned on SSMS, half hour ago, it said, hey, connect to your GitHub account, which is just a place to save your code and share your code. Well, you have to make a GitHub account, and to have a GitHub account, then you have to use, or at least it's easier to use, a Gmail account. Well, what if you don't have a Gmail account? So I went through all that. I made a Gmail account, and then I made a GitHub account, and then connected to that, and then Visual Studio can connect to that, and I'll show you all that in a second. But it wanted me to do that for SQL as well. But I didn't really worry about GitHub. So when you turn it on, we'll see if it makes you worry about GitHub right away. Maybe if it does or doesn't, don't worry about using GitHub. And well, let's see. I don't think I can remember. I think I did 2026 local, but I should be able to log into this database. But you can log into Featherman_analytics, encryption optional. So that's nice. You can again use software on the virtual desktop, and for Mac users, this is your only choice. There's no Mac version that I know of for SQL SSMS, so you would have to use this virtual desktop version. If you do have a Windows machine, you can download your own version of SSMS, which looks exactly the same. But if you do that, if you use a local version of SSMS, if you want to connect to WSU, which you don't have to, unless you want to get access to Featherman's databases, which would be more of an analytics thing. And I'll probably try to copy a bunch of tables to your local database, so that's a challenge. But we can conquer that. But anyway, so you can use a local version of SSMS. Go ahead. That's going to be the fastest way. If you don't want to deal with that, then you can use the virtual desktop version of SSMS. Now, which version is going to work on Saturday and Sunday when you're trying to get your homework done? Yeah, not the one provided by WSU. So if you, there's no campus workers working on Saturday to reboot the server when things don't work, which is, possible. All right, so that is SQL, and I think that's enough for one video, so I'll go ahead and hit stop here, and then the next video will show connecting through the virtual desktop, connecting, or should I say setting up Visual Studio.net and VS Code. So we'll use both of those, kind of an old way and a new way, at the end of the course. And in 325, we'll use that quite heavily, Visual Studio and VS Code. So see you later.